What's up, everybody? I'm back. And yes, I'm at work. But back on the YouTube channel to discuss 5 fights that I want to see in the UFC. Let's get it. Yes, as always, got the aforementioned cheat sheets. Let me know what y'all think of this video in the comments when I'm done. First off, I want to see Ilya and Max run it back. Why? Not simply because Max beat Dustin last night and made me cry like a crybaby bitch because it was Dustin's last fight. It's not it. Max Holloway is 2-1 as a lightweight. He's beaten number 3, Justin Gaethje, and he's now beaten the now retired number 5, Dustin Poirier. Yes, he lost to Dustin Poirier in an interim lightweight title fight back in 2016 or something like that. It's when Khabib was still fighting. And Khabib was suspended. Dustin was the interim champion. And yeah, Max lost that fight. But since then, as a lightweight, he has been exciting. So, does he beat Ilya Topuria at 55? I don't think he does, but we deserve to see Ilya Max at 155. Y'all let me know. Moving right along as always. Give me, and a lot of people have been giving me shit about this one because I have this as my UFC White House main event. No, neither of the fighters are American. Excuse me. But why in the hell would you give John Jones a title fight simply after he just said, "Oh, it's at the White House. I've been 2 weeks retired. I'm going back into the testing pool." Nah, fuck that. No way in hell, if I'm Dana White, do I give John Jones a fucking title shot just because it's at the fucking White House. Donald Trump, I voted for you both times. Trump haters that are in my comments and on my YouTube page, don't hate on it. This isn't a political page. It's not the time for that, okay? So, Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira. Why do I want to see it? Because, one, it gives Tom Aspinall a legit super fight. You know, on his way up the heavyweight rankings, he essentially cleared out the heavyweight division, minus Cyril Gahn and maybe Alexander Volkov. I don't really know. I know he hasn't fought Cyril Gahn yet at the time of this video. He might fight him later on this year. So, Tom Aspinall gets a legit super fight at the White House versus a guy who could make history. I'm going to repeat that. There is not one, no, zero, Nathan, nada, 3-time or 3-division UFC champion. If Alex Pereira was to pull off what I would think the biggest upset, probably in UFC history, not saying Alex Pereira's hands couldn't knock out Tom Aspinall, but Tom Aspinall's wrestling, his jiu-jitsu and all that is a little bit above Alex Pereira's. But if Alex Pereira was to beat Tom Aspinall, you have the first 3-division UFC champion. That makes money, in my opinion. Yes, it's a guy from England versus a guy from Brazil, but what are you going to do? Honestly, that fight, to me, makes a shit ton of money. Y'all let me know how that one goes. Don't flack at me because, oh, it's supposed to be an American. There's only one American champion right now. One. And it's Kayla Harrison. She's in my UFC White House card co-main event. I'll get to that one later on. But right now, we're moving on to the third fight. All right? Crust nuggets. Anyways, my third fight. I don't even know what a crust nugget is. Third fight on the docket. I want Jack Della Maddalena to face Islam Makhachev for the welterweight championship. Now, for those of you that don't know, Bilal Muhammad called himself Canelo Hands. Really, Bilal? Anyways, one and done. Jack Della Maddalena probably is going to follow suit because Islam right now is the pound for pound number one. Sorry, Ilya, you're 145 and 155 champion, so that's cool and all, but 155 and 170 champion, now that's something altogether different. So, if Jack Della Maddalena, oh, he's too small, mate, I'll beat his ass. And then Islam's like, I wrestle you to ground, no problem, brother. I submit you within 2 rounds. So, y'all let me know how that one would go. Personally, I think if Islam were to get the 170 belt, I feel Ilya Taporia, just to prove a damn point. Oh, I can win 170, but Islam running from me. Anyways, y'all let me know how that one goes. I've got Islam winning against JDM. Moving right along. Like I said, the aforementioned White House co-main event. It's Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. Who is the greatest woman fighter of all time? Right now, it's Amanda Nunes. But what would happen if Kayla Harrison were to beat Amanda Nunes? Now, right now, I don't think that happens. Amanda Nunes would be just too good. The only way that I see Kayla upsetting the women's GOAT is ring rust. Inexperience, because she hasn't fought in 2 years. It's not necessarily inexperience. It's more or less ring rust, if anything. Not saying that Amanda wouldn't lose necessarily time, but she is 37, and this would probably be the last fight for her anyways. But I would have Amanda Nunes winning that fight, simply because before losing to Juliana Pena on a COVID fluke, she was on a 12-fight win streak, and that's pretty damn impressive if you ask me. So, like I said, I got Amanda Nunes beating Kayla Harrison. Y'all let me know how that one is. And finally, this one will probably happen sooner rather than later. A UFC fighter that has gone from necessarily, I can't think of the word right now. A UFC superstar that has had a meteoric rise from not even being ranked to number one contender within the span of 6 months, give or take. My final fight that I want to see happen in the UFC. It's near and dear to my heart. Shout out to Dakota Johnson on this one. He put me on the Joshua Van train. I have Alessandre Pantoja fighting Joshua Van. And yes, I have Joshua Van being Alessandre Pantoja's kryptonite. Because Pantoja, good as he is, saying he can beat Demetrius Johnson, nah, my boy, you're not even halfway to his title. Well, you're about to be. So, if you were to successfully defend the title against Joshua Van, you're more than halfway to 11. So, you'd be at like 6 or something. But I have Joshua Van winning, slaying the featherweight dragon that is Alessandre Pantoja. And that, my friends, is my show for today. Well, this one anyways. I'm probably going to make a White House card show here very shortly. It's going to be a little long. Hope y'all are ready for that. But yeah, 5 fights I want to see. Ilya versus Max at 155. Aspinall versus Pereira at heavyweight. Kayla versus Amanda. JDM versus Islam. And finally, Alessandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van for the 125 belt. Y'all let me know how that went. Leave a nice comment. Leave a follow. I gotta go. Peace.